Hi, Taurus. This reading feels different, like something important is coming through for you right now. Um, I need you to pause for a moment, just breathe, because this message doesn't feel random. It feels guided, like something has been building quietly behind the scenes, something emotional, something powerful. There may be feelings that were never spoken or a situation that hasn't reached its truth yet until now. Um, the energy is shifting and you can feel it. You didn't find this reading by accident. Something brought you here for a reason. So trust your intuition, take what resonates, leave the rest, and let's get into this reading. Okay, so I feel like your person seems to be in a phase where they are connecting more with spirituality or, their own intuition. This process is also directly related to them finally letting go of self limiting beliefs, just allowing them to fade away, right? In the past, it seems like your person, for some reason, had this doom and gloom attitude. It was like as if they were stuck and felt completely powerless to make any kind of forward progress. All right. It was like this persistent limiting belief that blocked any real advancement with you. Maybe they blamed other people or children or their job. Whatever the case, this person just like always seemed to have a justification for why things were so difficult or why it just couldn't work out. This was a core issue for them, whether they said it out loud or not. But a significant shift is happening. They are starting to realize and, accept that they actually have control over their situation. This is also about them focusing on their own inner healing, especially working through issues of codependency and like where they place their energy and attention. If you and this person are not currently together or in contact, that's because they are, genuinely trying to heal. They are working on the specific wounds that have like prevented them from being their best self. This person is like finally starting to see their situation with clarity. Okay. For some of you, this could involve an Aries, or it might just be, an energy of someone wanting to seize control and finally make a move. It's about reinventing. But again, this is about them completely reinventing their identity to become the person they, feel they are supposed to be. It's a huge metamorphosis, affecting their mind, their body, and their spirit. And as you reinvent yourself, that energy is like also transferring to them. They just, understand that a better way exists. They're in a situation where the same old daily routine, the, in and out, just isn't fulfilling anymore. This seems to be connected to them finally recognizing what has been blocking them from being with you. They're figuring out what prevents them from having a successful partnership. So now this person is like actively trying to reinvent themselves. They are letting go of the old patterns and, the person they used to be. It's like this caterpillar phase where they're done crawling and they like want to fly with you, right? But that process means they must abandon their 3D existence. What the cocoon is for, right? It's that dark night of the soul. It requires isolation, a deep inner focus, and a total internal transformation. The change has to begin from within. This is also someone who knows they disappointed you and like took you for granted. They are admitting that you should have been treated better and that they failed you when you needed them. This is, why they want to return, but stronger to create something lasting. This is very important to them. Also, I don't know if your person is in tech. For some of you, you may even have a spiritual practice. A lot of you are very focused on your inner peace and also prayer. So, if you've been praying for your person, if you've been sending your person positive energy, all of that is really helping give this person the confidence to kind of move forward. Why is this significant? Because this is a significant moment here. Why is this significant for this person? The Queen of Wands, it doesn't matter if you're an Aries or you're dealing with an Aries, but it's the energy, right? And this is about this person realizing that they have to take control and they're pushing forward and they're taking some type of chance here. Your person wants to surprise you with something, but they understand that it's going to require a lot of hard work for you to trust them or for you to, like, for them to get back in your good graces. It's like this person is finally willing and ready to put the work in. And this has to even do with the 3D stability or grounding the relationship in the 3D. Because your person is tired of being frustrated, of not being able to move forward, not being able to have what they want. There's going to be a major change for this person coming up, and you're going to see some type of very significant change with them. Because with this person, they know that they have to make certain adjustments, and they have to make a change now. Like, change is needed in all aspects of their life. Capricorn may be significant. Capricorn energy, because what is this person changing from? Being very materialistic, focusing heavy on money, right? Your person was also with this spiritual practice and reinventing. This is talking about the past energy. See, in the past, they cared a lot about what people thought about them, about their status, about the perception, whether it was they were the playboy or playgirl, or that they were very, very focused on, what their friends and their family thought, what other people thought about your connection or your relationship. And that this person would be very, very obsessive about their financial or about their materialistic needs. Okay, so this is somebody that if they were in a relationship and they had financial ties in that relationship, they were in a place where they didn't want to leave just because of the money. So also too, you have to understand that with this person, the reason that they put money over everything, or the reason that they cared heavily about what people think, the reality is this: people that care a lot about what others' opinions and perceptions are, it's because they're insecure, so they don't feel fulfilled in their life. That's why they're too busy chasing the money, chasing the status in a way to try to increase their own ego or their own status, to try to prove their self-worth, not realizing their self-worth, it really comes from within. I also feel like with this person, your connection was very, very deep, or your connection is extremely deep, but it's a spiritual deep. So the deeper that this person fell for you, it's almost like they tried to reshift or refocus their energy on what they can control, because they couldn't control their emotions towards you. So there was this heavy fixation when it came to finances, or when it came to what was in front of them. But with this energy, this person is very, very focused, and they're very, very fixated on what's going on with your person, and they're very focused on you. Because see, what's happening now that they've gone through this reinvention, we can call it a dark night of the soul, you can call it a phoenix rising. You went through a phoenix rising recently, and that phoenix rising triggered them into their dark night of the soul. So when you came out this new elevated version of yourself, and for some of you, you may have recently been going through certain ascension symptoms where you got sick, or you knew that certain aspects of your life were kind of falling apart, and instead of trying to control it, you just went with the flow, and everything is falling into place. If you've been going through a lot right now, this is something that needs to be stressed to you right now. If you've been going through a lot, like, there's going to be something where it's lifted. They're showing me this rainbow where there's something here that through the storm, if you weathered the storm, if you went through what you needed to go through and you did it with a sense of grace and you did it with your highest self, there's this major change that's coming. And that you actually really triggered your person's change because this person now is beginning to see what's really important. It's not what's right in front of them, but here they are watching you. For some of you, this is somebody that hasn't even been able to really express to you, and you may not even be in contact. For some of you guys, you're not even in contact with this person. But this person, like, had to separate themselves from you in order for them to kind of go through this major metamorphosis themselves. Your person, it's like they're finally being aligned with the connection. And instead of having that very negative outlook on life, the woe is me, I can't make adjustments, this is who I am, I know I'm toxic, but I am who I am, you either accept it or you don't. That type of energy, it's dissipating, it's being removed. Because this person is now having this upswing on the way that they're looking at life, and they're very focused on the future. And the one thing about this energy with this 66 coming in is this is somebody that is very devoted to returning back to you. This is somebody that's beginning to feel very hopeful about the future because this person is beginning to acknowledge that you're meant to be a part of it. Why on earth are they realizing about the collective needing to be a part of their future? What's changed? What's created this change? The Seven of Cups, your person had to understand that they had a lot of energy around them that wasn't positive. Right. That there was a lot of temptations. There was a lot of illusions. Not everything that glitters is gold. Right. Just because it looks green doesn't mean it's growing. It means it's turf, and it's cheap turf at that. Right. It's like your person had to go through this though. Yep. But also too, especially with this Venus and Scorpio energy, your person has this very deep pull towards you. And they understood that for some of you, you had to pull back your energy from this person because this person's energy was dragging you down with it. So the moment that you cut ties, whether 3D or 5D, because some of you cut 5D ties with this person, where you said, enough is enough. As much as I love you, I have to do what's best for me. And you coming to me, you coming to my energy all the time, it's giving me a false sense of hope. And you're not doing anything in the physical. For some of you, it's setting certain boundaries in the physical with you just can't come in and out. And that's what's making this person realize or acknowledge that the things in their life that they have a whole. Again, with this Aries energy, you have somebody that's going to be taking some type of major action here because this is somebody that's been watching you obsessively. They've been thinking about you. They've been watching you. But ironically enough, this is also somebody that wants to make you proud because whether or not they've expressed this or not, that you really inspired this person to change. You gave this person a certain vision. And for some of you, you've been trying to show this person what they could have with you for a period of time. But it's like this person was too bullheaded or too stubborn to acknowledge it. And a lot of you, you've invested a lot of time and a lot of energy into this person. And it's crazy because they're beginning to understand what you were saying one more time. And it's funny because, you know, the Seven of Wands is usually a blocked energy, but I'm also looking at her as like a fighter. It's like you really had to set very strong boundaries with this person to protect yourself. But in protecting yourself, what it's done is it's made this person want to work for you. There's something here about the roles being flipped, about the chaser becoming the runner. Because once you stop running, the problem is with that runner chaser mentality, it's scary to pull energy back. It's scary to say, okay, I'm not going to chase you anymore. Because even if I'm getting a little bit from you, I'm so in love with you or I have these deep feelings from you that I just want to show you, I want to be there. But what it's doing is it's continuing that kind of bad habit. Once you say, fine, you want to leave, go ahead, because you know what? I know who I am. I know what I have to offer. All of a sudden, this person turned around and said, you're not going to chase me? What do you mean you're not going to chase me? And then you turned your back. So now all of a sudden, the roles are reversing. Things are changing in an opposite direction because it started with you. It's a domino effect. This is a major domino effect in your connection and in your relationship. Because especially with this 55-66, we're getting a lot of angel numbers here with this connection. Because with this critical juncture, this is this person taking this leap of faith. For some of them, they may be changing careers, leaving jobs, filing for a divorce, leaving a spouse, or changing a friend group. But it is a major life decision here that they're getting ready to make that is significantly going to impact the effect of your relationship. This is a turning point. This is a major evolution in your connection, and you may feel this. For some of you, you are feeling it internally where you're like, something is changing. I don't know what's changing, but something is changing because you're very tapped in. Even if you don't understand the terminology, even if you're like, I don't know why I keep thinking about him, and this, you're just starting to embark on your spiritual, journey. The thing is, everything is already inside of you, and you feel the change. You may not understand, the spiritual terminology, but you still get that there is something significant happening. This person no longer saying, I have no control, but they're saying that they have control of their life and that nobody is holding them captive and no one is controlling their circumstances, that they're the only one that has control here in their circumstances, and they're recognizing that they have the power of free will. This also goes back to people that were doing, spell work. Spell work only happens if you're in a low vibration. Spell work only impacts your person if they're in a low vibration. If they're focused on money and materialistic possessions that are in a lower vibration of this, some people say a devil energy, right? The devil tries to entice you to make you think that money, cars, women, men, certain tabus, that it's acceptable to try to drag you away from a sense of spirituality, drag you away from your life purpose, and makes it feel like you don't have control in your situation. Your person is saying, I have the control. This is a big moment for your person. This is something where, like, this is a good energy. And when it's a good energy, it's this person saying that they have the free will and that they're making the choice to be happy. And you make this person happy. That's the aspect of reinventing themselves. That's why they're very, very focused right now, and they're not focused on the baloney that's in front of them. You also have somebody that's very infatuated with you. This is somebody that has obsessive emotions. This is somebody, I already said that earlier, that can't stop thinking about you. This is somebody that wants you physically. We saw that in the last reading where it was a very intimate energy. It was a very intense energy coming in here. And I feel like with your person, when you and them first met, they didn't know if it was love. They didn't know if it was lust. They didn't know if they were in love with the idea of you. But now it's consuming them because they're understanding how special you are. Wow, guys, something also about your lips and your eyes. It's very attractive because they're looking at you as this very magical unicorn. So you're aligning this person with their purpose. You're creating this new beginning, and this person is now getting ready to take this action towards you. But this is about this person understanding who you are. See, I used to limit my goals and place myself in a box based on what I was told I was capable of. But since meeting you, my views have expanded and I'm trying to dream big. That's that critical juncture, right? And it's because of you that this person is acknowledging that they deserve more. It's because of you that this person is sitting here saying, I know that you're the person that I'm meant to be with. But also, too, this person had to work on this aspect of them in order to create a sense of balance, balancing out this energy. Because I feel like this person was tired of pretending. See, they were over here wearing this mask and happy when in reality they were miserable. When in reality, their actions didn't match their words. The life that they lived, it was only a projection. They weren't, that one show where they're like, "Hi, Jan. Hey, have a great day. Here's a warm apple pie and the, whatever, and the windowsill waiting for you." It's like that wasn't their life. They were living a lie, and they kept telling themselves that they were happy. In reality, they were miserable. That's why they acted like they didn't care, but deep down they knew. It's because they cared too much and that they didn't feel worthy of this energy. That's why they're trying to come in here. That's why they're trying to balance out this energy. There's a lot of messages about this person that's getting ready to come forward. This is about balancing out the scales of their life and also balancing out the scales of your connection, because these insecurities that they have, you've helped heal them. But they had to work on their divine feminine side. It doesn't matter if you are dealing with a masculine or if you're dealing with a masculine or if you're dealing with a feminine. Your masculine was not in touch with the feminine side because it pushed it away. This is about acknowledging that they need to be more nurturing, more understanding, and more compassionate to your needs. And understanding when you say something, you're not complaining, but you're saying it because you want that love, and they needed to be more loving and more caring towards you. And for the masculine energy that's watching this and you're dealing with a feminine, they were trying to be the masculine. Well, guess what? Two masculine energies don't work. It creates a sense of an imbalance within inside of your connection. See, that's why your person has this unset message. That's why your person has a lot to say to you, because you really are creating this magical moment with this person, and it is coming in here with the divine masculine energy. And your person is seeing a lot of signs and synchronicities pertaining to your connection. See, they didn't want to admit whatever they wanted to say, but I feel like this person is getting ready to surrender and they're getting ready to break certain barriers that stop the two of you from being together. But they had to realize the truth and push forward in the connection, because for there is a reason the two of you haven't been able to be together, whether that's childhood wounding, whether that's additional people involved, whether it's their mind state, their mind frame, whatever it may be. It's like this person had to break through the barrier of their own insecurities. And I feel like your person is tired of being in separation. They're tired of running away from you. They know that you're done chasing them. You and this person definitely have a past life with one another, and they feel like you and them are meant to be this beautiful power couple. The next couple of months are going to be very, very significant for you. I feel like there's certain karmic partners that are going to be dissipating. I feel like you and them are miring one another. I feel like there's something coming here where your person is getting ready to take some level of action, where they're done running. And a lot of it had to do with timing. It had to do with this person acknowledging that they had the free will. It had to do with this person no longer creating more things in the way to create why I cannot, and stop juggling priorities. Stop listening to what other people had to say and really take the time to love themselves. Because the reality here is your person, they really do feel like you guys can be this major power couple, whether you're entering into business with one another, I never understood what it meant when people use the term power couple. However, since I met you, I realize how much positive change we can create together. And this is something that this person is acknowledging in the 3D. Per some of you, even though we're not together, we're still connected through and through. And when I sleep, I dream of you. Okay. This is somebody that is honestly, their journey in this situation is significant because they're realizing that the time is ticking and the time is now. And that emotional turmoil that they're going through, all the, whatever. So, like, it's like, what is the laughter and bravery? Like, getting the script out, that in the script, I love contract. Just, I. All right, let's go ahead and get into the tarot aspect. What messages do you have for the collective? The moon this time is really given them time to get in touch with their emotions, right? And their subconscious. And what they're beginning to realize is that the illusions and the confusion, it's exactly that. It's illusions, it's their own fears. What they're realizing is if they flip it, if they look at the glass as half full versus half empty, right? It's a perception. Those illusions really become visions. These uncertainties really become these psychic thoughts where they're able to tap into it. That's the thing with the moon. It could go one way or the other. Either you're scared or you're saying, you know what, I want to dig deeper as to why I'm feeling this type of energy. And I feel like this person is deep in their emotions, and they're very, very curious about your energy. I don't think it's a coincidence that the sun is coming out here because there's an illumination. This illumination has a lot to do with them. And I feel like you have gone through an illumination as well as to who you are. Like who you are has become more settled inside of you, where you're becoming more confident. If you have a feeling, you're more confident saying, I'm 100% positive that 1 + 1 is 2. I'm 100% positive that this is a sign that this is changing. But it's also a change in this person's identity. They're tired of being in the shadows with you. And I do feel like they're going through a lot of karma. They had to go through the karma. So for some of you, if you were separated from this person, it's because they needed to go through the karma outside of you. You've already gone through the karma. And if you're attached to this person while they're going, being dragged in the mud, you're going to get dirty even if you're not even in the race. Because if this person is full of mud and they hug you, guess what? You're dirty now too. Congratulations. So there's something here about this person working very hard on taking responsibility for their self-limiting beliefs, for the things that restricted them. And this is definitely coming in here. Capricorn, Leo, you have Cancer energy as well as Pisces energy. The signs don't matter, but I think it's the energy. With tarot, the signs give characteristics, right? You know what the characteristic is of somebody that's a Pisces. They're very emotional, they're very deep, they're very whimsical. This is somebody that's dreaming and that their dreams are coming into reality with this sun energy. And it's changing their identity and it's making them conscious of who they are and how they're out here expressing themselves. Especially with this magician energy, Gemini, Virgo, Scorpio, Aries energy. I feel like this person is going to hit the ground running. Look, here we have this emperor staring at us. This is an intense emperor. They know what they want. This is somebody that knows that they have all the tools to succeed and that they are in complete control. This is somebody that is stepping into a sense of balance because the thing about the magician is it's all the elements, right? It's Captain Planet. Okay, the magician is stepping in as Captain Planet, Earth, fire, wind, water. But this person is now understanding that the karma that they went through, it's making them stronger. This is somebody that's rebuilding themselves, but they're imbalanced here. The sun and the moon, this is somebody that's imbalanced. This is somebody that's coming forward. This is somebody that's taking the lead. This is somebody that is connected between the spiritual realm and also the physical realm. And they're understanding what their purpose is. They're understanding how to use all the tools, because I feel like there was something that was off with this person. See, look, second house. They focus too much on their values. They focus too much on their finances. They focus too much on this energy here. But I feel like this person is realizing that the key thing is authority. It's like they're taking control. It's something about this emperor taking control, but also understanding that they have to have the balance of the feminine energy. See, the feminine energy is the moon. That's your emotions. That's your instincts, or your your spiritual empathic energy. And the sun is the masculine energy, because the sun is your ego. The sun is your own physical identity to the outside world. So there is a balance here. But this person finally went through or broke some type of karma, because this person is healed. Archangel Raphael. See, there's also something here, because Archangel Raphael, it shows up during times where I feel like this person may have even been sick or they had to go through something. But he's here to help heal this person. For some of you, it's you and this person are meant to be married, because it's a blessed marriage that's coming in. See, the second house, it's a lot of like sacral chakra energy. It's like rooted. But this person is beginning to understand that they need to be rooted in other things in order for them to have the stability. See, this person is going to have stability, because I feel like they were very worried about their values. But what they didn't realize is that this is a divine connection. This is a twin flame. My divine connection card is a twin flame card. So it's the moon and the sun coming together. It's like this person is beginning to realize that they have the stability within inside of your relationship. I love this card. She is clothed with dignity, or with strength and dignity, and she can laugh at the days to come. This person is realizing that if you live in the light and you do the right thing, good things are to come. You don't have to be underhanded. You don't have to push anything away. And there is a lot of divine intervention that is here, that is stepping in, that is helping this person understand significance. This is this person holding on to things from the past, but realizing that they can have something brand new. They can build an empire with you that they could never even build by themselves. Because when you're doing it alone, you're going to get tired. And when you have another person, there's a reason why partnership is so significant. And I feel like this person, because of this divine intervention, is understanding the significance of your partner. And they're realizing that you are a part of their soul family. A lot of the same cards are coming up. So I feel like this is an energy for this week where they're in a very spiritually connected energy. You've really helped this person grow, and you've really supported them to have this major transformation, of this major change that there's a lot of endings for this person, but what it's doing is it's regenerating them, and it's creating this new rebirth. All right. How does this person view the current situation with the collective? Okay, King of Pentacles, look at this. All of a sudden, this energy is turning to a solid energy, right? All of a sudden, this energy is changing, where now this person has made up their mind. See, the King of Pentacles has made up their mind. How do they view themselves in this connection with the collective? The Five of Wands. That's kind of an interesting energy. But I also feel like the Five of Wands is like they have to fight. It's I got to fight for my right not to party, but to actually do the right thing, right? So there's something here that your person has fought the connection for a period of time, but now this is about them fighting for their heart. What is their perception of the collective right now? What's their perception of the collective? Three of Swords. They feel like they've hurt you really bad. Like there's something here where they know that you are their karma. Heavy Saturn energy coming out here. This is somebody that's acknowledging that they haven't done the right thing when it's come to you, and that you've given them some level of karma that's forcing them to fight. Okay, guys, that is all I have for you, and I will see you in the next reading. Take care. Bye-bye.